At this point, DC is known for their retcons, multiversal crisis events that change people's histories and stories. I mean, it's happened so much. This multiverse is vast. This picture is a good summarization of all that, what I just said, of all these different eras, the big Crisis on Infinite Earths event, current New 52, rebirth-centric type stuff. Matter of fact, one of the characters I'm going over is going to be a version of her, not this version of her in particular, but I want to go over the crime syndicate back in the older era. Like, I'm talking about this era, not necessarily this era. And trust me, DC themselves do distinguish between eras. Like this picture, for example, right here, you get to see the different eras of the crime syndicate. In this version of Superwoman, the version of her I'm going over in this video is this version up here, but they do distinguish between the different versions though. So I thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna do what they do, distinguish between them. Let's get it. Like, you know this map, right? The DC multiverse map. There's a lot of different universes in this multiverse, of course. Despite all these reboots, even in newer centric comics, when multiversal crossovers come by, they're apparently supposed to be warped out of existence, but you still see them in newer art, including Superwoman. It's one of them situations, no matter which universe we're talking about, she's always a part of this organization with Ultraman, the crime syndicate, blah, 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 no matter which era. But I'm talking about the old era, but still, even in new era, she's with the crime syndicate anyway, so kind of like the Justice League, but this version is a superpowered criminal group. One could say she's this universe version of Wonder Woman, you know, so don't be surprised. I'm just giving you a heads up. Don't be surprised if you see me bring up Wonder Woman a lot in this video. Like, she's literally described as Superwoman, a renegade Amazon. Literally stated out of her own mouth, she's an Amazon, which is why throughout this video, you're more than likely going to see her using a lasso over and over again, just like Wonder Woman. And this page right here pretty much gives you a description of the crime syndicate. It literally repeats what I just said, how she's a renegade Amazon who possesses extraordinary super strength, along with durability, of course, has a magic lasso, which I already mentioned. It is capable of reshaping itself at her command into almost anything. This is something I shouldn't have to say, but of course, I'm going to bring this back up again. She has super strength. She can lift heavy stuff. And with all this super strength, with her fighting skills and everything, she can punch really hard, of course. But I'll get back to this in a bit. Like, it's literally narrated here, how she can reshape it at her command. She made her literal lasso into a flying serpent. Like, she could do similar stuff to Wonder Woman, obviously. Like how Wonder Woman can ride on a jet stream. There's no reason why Superwoman shouldn't be able to do that too. This is old comics when they relied on currents. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? They even highlight her strength of Superwoman and Ultraman, implying her strength is impressive, similar to how Ultraman's strength is impressive, because the way they worded it in this sentence. It's even stated in narration, she's the strongest woman on her planet, and she knows it. It's literally confirmed that Superwoman will use her strength along with her super speed. Let's dissect her might, shall we? It's weird seeing somebody named Superwoman not be a Kryptonian, I will admit. Normal humans are obviously nothing to her. Normal humans she can easily lift up. Normal human level tiers or even metahumans when it comes to physical strength. Like Black Canary, there's a wide strength gap. She obviously doesn't have many showings of her strength, but occasions like this literally imply she has stronger than normal muscles. Like, she was literally strong enough to make a bat she made from cannonballs she fused together with her super strength. Also, using this kind of strength, they hit it far too. Like, the way their universe is built, they literally remind me of some One Punch Man type stuff on how she talks about how she doesn't have enough chance to challenge herself or flex her muscles. Like, they pretty much summarize it on this page here. They don't get enough competition. You see these heavy statue type things she can lift. You can see her bending metal here. She can bend steel and rip doors off hinges. Other super beings like this, for example, we see her punch and make drowsy. They fought. Occasions like this prove her punches can easily punch through thick brick walls. This huge boulder you see Superwoman can move and sling. This shouldn't be that much of a shock, but yeah, she can move several tons, even if they're huge boulders. Yep, don't ask. Fighting a future Wonder Woman-centric type character, Wonder Woman 1,000,000, you can get an idea of how hard she can punch by fighting beings on her level. The collateral of their punches can literally make earthquakes, along with clashing with another strong being with their punches. Based on scans like this, I think we can all pretty much confirm she can definitely level buildings, tremble the city block, basically. Feats like this should be expected. Imagine a Wonder Woman tier character that can't actually punch a building down. That would be considered pathetic, honestly. Speaking of comparing her to Wonder Woman, not only fighting a future Wonder Woman, basically, one with an actual legacy Superwoman admires, there's clear writer intent. The writers want them to be in similar power levels when it comes to how hard they can hit. Speaking of Wonder Woman, this is important because Wonder Woman even said they have such equal power. Talk about her and Superwoman. Clear evidence of it from that statement and their fight and how they can go back and forth with one another, take each other's punches. So this changes the game because Superwoman lacks feats, but just being comparable to Wonder Woman changes everything, especially during these days. This is crucial because Wonder Woman in this era was able to slugfest, harm, and punch and make Kryptonians like Supergirl dizzy with her punches and strikes. So for there to be right intent and statements of them being evenly matched says a lot. You see her taking a punch from her here. Oh, you thought that was impressive. What about pre-crisis Superman? I'm not saying she's necessarily equal to a pre-crisis era Superman, but she got to be somewhere in that ballpark where she just literally punches him, and there's implications she's somewhere in that ballpark. Sending Superman flying, even getting cocky, saying, "I'm stronger than you, Superman." Obviously, there's no exact math to this about who can punch harder, but I'll give Superman an advantage. But she's not that far behind, if that makes sense. You're probably wondering, why am I bringing this up? This might be debatably her best feat of all time because apparently her punch made Superman himself drowsy. She punched him 20,000 miles away at the edge of Earth's atmosphere. Even Superman's surprised. Wait, I've been unconscious? Even he says, Superwoman shouldn't have been strong enough to knock me out, but somehow she did. Hey, they wrote it, guys, not me. Even if she's like, what, 90% of his strength or something when it comes to punches. Remember, Superman's body can withstand heavy mass of galaxies with an S. So just off of her being somewhere in his ballpark, even if you were to say he's above her, which is fine, her punches by default should feel like multiple galaxies landing on your face, basically. Just for the fact she can make him sleepy or even punch and damage him or even stagger him. Not to mention this kind of stuff kind of adds up with the Wonder Woman stuff. Wonder Woman can punch and hurt Kryptonians like Supergirl, DC pre-crisis era. Supergirl has fought against beings like Black Star. This kind of adds up with the Wonder Woman feats of Superwoman being able to damage Wonder Woman, match her. Same with Kryptonians like Supergirl, Superman. Superman and Supergirl literally fighting beings that have control of the very cosmos itself. Just to give you an idea of what Superwoman by default would have to compete against, these type of Kryptonian beings are this powerful. And we're not even going to get on the fact Supergirl was kind of able to damage the Anti-Monitor's armor, a cosmic being. And Superwoman can do damage to Kryptonians on this tier, you know? Yeah, it kind of gets ridiculous. Yeah, she can hit with the weight of a cosmos or a universe, basically, competing with these pre-crisis era beings by default. Even if she's slightly below, it wouldn't really change much. She would still be somewhere in this ballpark. She can damage such beings. You know, it just adds up. Superman, Supergirl, either or, both are comparable, can damage them. Beings that can fight beings that have control over the universe. Superman fights beings that have control over the universe. She can damage them and compete with his strength. You get the idea. Obviously, stuff like Moon, she can punch and move with her punches, tremble such planetoids, duh. Matter of fact, she's so strong and durable. You know how speedsters like the Flash can hit hard because of speed. We've seen her actually get blitzed and punched by speedster beings, but everybody that's just about want to do it doesn't have that many showings, doesn't matter. She still made her mark. Yeah, this Superwoman that can easily shatter planets. You might want to watch out for her fist. Her fist would do this to an entire planet with ease. But before I get going, I got to thanks for the donations, everybody. Helps out a lot. Respect Superwoman. Even though she's not Kryptonian, she's called Superwoman. Funny, right? An Amazon called Superwoman. Respect it. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.